Hello, my name is Emmanuel Munsanje, and then I'm coming to you in Zambia, in Africa, and across the world to talk about something that is very interesting in terms of doing business. I'm a business consultant, and what I want is that everybody who may use my knowledge should benefit immensely. I'm broadcasting here from Mansa, Zambia. Specifically, I'm coming with a topic on entrepreneurship. It's not just a topic, it is something that is practical. It is something that I'll blend with practicality so that people will appreciate it. Let's look at entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is a subject that is very important. It is important for people at universities, for people at colleges, it's important for people who are running government, it's important for presidents, it's important for members of parliament and people in files and ranks, and it's important for people doing or practicing business. I will have Zambia as a case study where we changed government from the Edgar Lungu-led government to the President Hakainde Hichilema led government. And we are going to bring into context entrepreneurship looking at this case study. Now, what is entrepreneurship? There are so many definitions that have actually been articulated around the world in terms of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the ability to identify opportunities within the environment, then you gather the resources and you take a risk to execute what you want to get at. That's one of the key definitions. One, there's an opportunity. You have to have the ability to identify it, gather the resources around to execute it, and take a risk. A risk may be viewed as something that is very negative in case things do not work out in your own direction, but you have to take a risk. Entrepreneurs do that. Let me bring a very simple definition of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the ability to have a business idea and whilst taking a risk, turn that business idea into money. Repeat, entrepreneurship is about the ability to identify a business idea and take it into money or transform the idea into money whilst taking a risk. Now, when you look at Zambian situation, when there was Edgar Lungu as president, let's try to see how monies were reaching the general citizenry. The CDF or Constituency Development Fund was 1.6 million. Under Bali, under President Hakainde Hichilema, he expanded the CDF or Constituency Development Fund and devolved to take it closer to the people from 1.6 million to 25.7 million. Now, that in itself is an opportunity for every entrepreneur. Money has been brought nearer, decision making has been brought nearer. The entrepreneur will say, how do I tap from that opportunity? And you take risk because not everything that you do may succeed in exactly the same way that you want to do it. So riding on this example, an entrepreneur will identify an opportunity to make money. In the example that I've given in the case of Zambia, where in the new budget for 2022, the money has been taken closer to people in every constituency, an entrepreneur will know that that's an opportunity to make money. And will scan around to say, what idea do I have to be part of execution of that opportunity to translate it into making money. For example, somebody will say, I think I have to have welding skills so that as the authorities need things to be welded like window frames and the others, I'm going to tap from that. It means well ahead you identify the opportunities. Now, there are so many things that entrepreneurs will do. There are various ideas that each one has. Each one of you here has an idea in your mind. that idea can be translated into money. That's entrepreneurship whilst taking a risk. Some will have ideas of plaiting hair. That idea can be translated into money. Some will have ideas of being an agriculturalist. Just that idea, when you really push it to its logical conclusion, it can be translated into money. Over and above, others may be artists. You have an idea of what to do, maybe compose a song, maybe do whatever has to be done in terms of art, and when you translate that into real world, it will translate from just a mere idea into money. And that's what entrepreneurs do. There's risk taking in the process. Now, entrepreneurs have characteristics. What are the characteristics of entrepreneurs? They are risk takers. To be a risk taker is to go for it, come what may. If you have an idea and you believe it can work, go for it, execute it. Never mind whether it will fail or not. That's taking a risk, because your objective may not really be exactly what may come out clear. Entrepreneurs are responsibility takers. They will do something carrying responsibility. They will make something out of nothing. And entrepreneurs possess confidence. They don't just approach or confront ideas as to whom it may concern. They go with confidence. They are positive minded. They believe in themselves. They have passion in what they are pursuing. That is entrepreneurship. The challenge to each one of you is that if you have a business idea, are you confident it can work? You need to add fire. You need to add confidence, because that idea will just somersault into money, even billions. Entrepreneurs are visionary. To be a visionary is to have a mental picture and see the panorama of what you want to get at very clearly. Entrepreneurs do have that. They are motivated by the achievement. Entrepreneurs get excited when they achieve. Have you ever gotten excited for achieving something? That is one of the characteristics of entrepreneurship. In Zambia, where did entrepreneurship, get momentum? In about 1991, when there was privatization, a lot of companies were closed. People lost jobs. The next avenue was entrepreneurship. That's how we began to be entrepreneurs in Zambia. Today, we have big time entrepreneurs just from inception. Now, what is the role of entrepreneurs in any given economy? In every economy, entrepreneurs are the largest employers. You can imagine, just from the naked eyes, you can think that an entrepreneur will just employ a few people. But when you aggregate them, you discover that you are going to have plenty of jobs, because each entrepreneur is going to employ. Now, what does government need to do? In the case of Zambia, the government has created the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises. That is a dedicated ministry that will look into the affairs of entrepreneurs. That, again, is an opportunity for every Zambian. You see the intention of the government, go for it. And when you go for it in the intention of the government, then you are going to have a ministry, a standalone ministry dedicated for your affairs. That's an opportunity. Entrepreneurs in Zambia will see the opportunities. When there was a change of government from PF to United Party for National Development, UPND, it came with opportunities for entrepreneurs to thrive just by the formation of that ministry. It's an opportunity. The entrepreneurs who see opportunities, they organize themselves, get the relevant skills, get the type of business that can be done in order that you are relevant and get connected to this ministry. Let me tell you one thing. In Africa, people are very poor. Why are people poor? When I was watching Zambian politics, when it was said that Bali will fix it. Yes, it's true, Bali will fix it. But then there's a gap between Bali and the ordinary citizenry. The gap is that Bali is an accomplished entrepreneur And then most of us will think that he will do abracadabra, and then things will change. No, what it needs to do is that the language of Bali, you should have it. And you should have it by learning and appreciating entrepreneurship. You should have basic skills in order to tap from the aspirations of Bali and his government. That's when this country, Zambia, can be transformed. This applies to other countries around Africa, around the world. Whilst the leadership will have the direction, the people who are led as well should have some benchmarks, some basic knowledge in order to meet somewhere, so that when there are policies, they advocate for policies, they'll be very candid because they understand the basic language. Speak the same language with Bali and his government. Speak the same language with any other government around the world that wants to promote entrepreneurship. Because when you look at Singapore, the entrepreneurs are the drivers of the economy. They are job creators. I'll see you next time. I'll see you next time. In the next video, we're going to look at setting goals, because entrepreneurs should be extremely organized, should be go-getters, should be goal-setters. We are going to see how organized an entrepreneur should be. But today, we just looked at what entrepreneurship is all about. We defined it. The key words is about you must identify an opportunity. You must be ready to take a risk. You must be ready to go for it. We also looked at the characteristics of the entrepreneurs. What are the characteristics of the entrepreneurs? One, we say they are risk takers. They are responsibility takers. They are very confident. They are positive minded. They identify, the opportunities. And what is very salient is that in entrepreneurship, the idea can be turned into money. The challenge is, what idea have you been entertaining for so long which you haven't executed? That could be $1 billion entrepreneur. I'll see you next time.